welcome back to Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Today I'm going to talk about El Salvador and Ireland. Many of you should know, a long time I talk about El Salvador. They are now the talk of the town. But a long time I show up one in El Salvador. El Salvador went from having the highest murder rate per capita in the whole world. El Salvador do something where even on its worst day or its worst year, Ireland couldn't do. 100 murders per 100k. 100 per 100. Serious level of murderation if you touch them numbers there. El Salvador did it. Murder factory, murder capital of the world. And now they are the poster boys for low crime. Now they are the envy of enough nations. Now even big countries are turned to them for help sort out some of them problems. I'm going to talk about it. When we go into that, my Patreon birthday show told. 2 of them actually. First one goes out to Kane, Patreon squad member from 2021. To their birthday. That's Kane H. Not to be confused with the vile Kane. The story about Cain and Abel. Yeah, not to be confused with that vile Kane. We're talking about the Patreon squad Kane. To their birthday. So we'll big him up. 1 more year around the sun. Wish him many more to come. Have a good time in a cane. Remember, keep your head on a swivel, same way. Cause all time people say, chicken marry out the near. So even time we have a good time, I always remember say, at them time we're most vulnerable. So keep that in the back of your head. While having fun. While celebrating, because it deserves to be celebrated. 1 more year. That's Kane from the Patreon squad. Next up we have epoxy. Man, I say, hold on, epoxy. It's something I buy in a hardware store. No. We are talking about the real epoxy. We are talking about the Patreon squad epoxy. Join up. Early 2021. Not even have to say nothing to him. Cause I know it already. Long time veteran, regular holder reason. Epoxy, big up yourself, you know. Just like Kane. Enjoy yourself to the max. You deserve it. But still keep your head on a swivel. Because we want to big you up next year again. And the year after that. And the year after that. So on and so forth. So epoxy and Kane big up on yourself now, so not tuning right now. Video go drop late in the night. But I see him 21st. Big up on yourself. See? Talk about El Salvador. El Salvador is now making other countries know, say listen, if we can't control and dope about them, we do it for you now. El Salvador built what them call a mega prison. It can hold up to 40,000 inmates. Yes, you've heard me. Correct. 40,000 inmates. And them a tell other countries, including Uncle Sam, say if we have some dopey about town, we want to send them in and then only pay feet. Because we have the space. Recently, Uncle Sam strike a deal with them. Where Uncle Sam pay them $6 million a year. And send them some gang members from, mostly from the Tren de Aragua gang. I say pronounce Tren de Aragua. Them Latino gang there. And send them from Uncle Sam's place to El Salvador. When that broke into the news, enough people who know so long time talk about El Salvador start link me. I said, look YouTuber. Then we know if we send man go El Salvador too. No for the deported them who are violence producers, because I remember standing every deportee go foreign, go shoot and rob them. Enough man just go foreign for doing look at one work and in papers them never straight and him get catch and him get sent back. And we not talk about them people. We talk about people like Teletubby and them dopey body. We talk about people who left Iron Man go Uncle Sam, do 1 3-4 drive by, get catch or prison. Uncle Sam decides say, no what, we don't even want to hold you in your prison. Or we don't even want to hold you in our prison. So we're going to send them back to Iron Man. See them people there? Enough of them. Because they cause enough problem in Iron Man. When them get deported back to Iron Man, they come into them drop back in. They might go on 5 years, them decide say, them did run the place when them left, so them want to run it now. Or them think say because them come back with a little money in them pocket because them they hide some money somewhere. Them are gonna now take over, but then you have one next man who on the corner a long time we say him run the place. So now people ask me saying, you think if we send them go El Salvador? Like somebody like Teletubby. If Uncle Sam decides say them are gonna deport him and him drop back into the St. James space, place I get spooky. So the question will be, should people like Teletubby be sent to El Salvador to make them hold on him? Here's the problem with that. That might sound great in theory, but in a real life, it not gonna work for a number of issues. The theory is brilliant, right? Uncle Sam gonna send out some dopey about 87, and instead of them drop back at St. James, drop back at Clarendon, drop back at Manchester, right? Uncle Sam just say, we're not gonna take you out of our prison and send you back at Jamaica. We're gonna take you out of our prison and send you to El Salvador. Here's the problem. One, Uncle Sam will have to go fund this. Because in the case of the Latino gang where Uncle Sam send go El Salvador, them pay El Salvador $6 million a year because them want to get rid of that gang so much they're willing to pay El Salvador to keep them. Do they care enough to spend that kind of money there? Or would they rather just send them back to Jamaica and save themselves the expense? Think about it. It's very unlikely America is going to want to spend no kind of money to house Jamaican prisoners in El Salvador. The next thing you have to think about is the quote-unquote legality of this. Even though in theory it sounds great, what laws are in place that say a Jamaican can get sent to one next country on the wishes of another country? What are the legality behind this? Think about it. If they must try to do that, you'll get all kind of appeals and all kind of this and all kind of that. Remember, say even the doppiest of dopey but have the same rights so every other citizen have now. And them have them big lawyer who will go point out this and point out that. So you think Teletubby them are going to sit down and just get shipped off to El Salvador and there's no legal battle? That's very unlikely. Next thing you have to consider, Irish Saxons would not survive a day in El Salvador prisons. They would not survive a day in any Latino prisons. If you see the conditions El Salvador of them man they under, and the conditions where Jamaican prisoners used to. Even a Uncle Sam place, unless they go to some kind of maximum security facility, like Delroy Uzi, unless at them type of prison there, where just one man in one little room with one toilet and pure white wall around him till him go mentally insane. If under that, no prison in America can compare to what's in El Salvador. No prison in Jamaica can compare to what's in El Salvador. You see in Jamaica, man dress up, man have on him Gucci, man have on him Louis Vuitton, man have on him Clarks in a prison in Jamaica. In El Salvador, you get one white t-shirt, you get one white underpants, and you sit down, and the man then fold them head between them legs, and then them get moved from one cell to the next, them head have to push down, and them get fling over here so a haul and pull thing. Irish Saxons are going to start tie belt on them neck quick. And can't manage them kind of system. Your favorite Irish Saxon 87 is not built from the El Salvador prison. When you see how El Salvador house them man in a prison and deal with them, Irish Saxons are going to tie belt on them neck. You must go take with all them belt and them shoot lace on them. Because man are going to just start end it. Man are going to wish them dead. There'll be a whole lot of problems basically is what I'm saying. If we were to try to do it in a real life. Not to mention the backlash. You think the Kerosene Association of Jamaica go sit back and watch you send them dopey back them? El Salvador? Asian hombre with a command under some pressure where we have never seen him live. If people can ball and go on so, police go for sci-fi. And Black Road and go on so. Imagine when time them go here say, right, them precious JJ Nakis get sent off to El Salvador. And all them have name is a white t-shirt and one brief. And him sit down in one cell. Side of be Spanish people, can't speak the language, I get beer licking in him head. Morning, evening and night. People would have pitched the biggest tent you ever see in a tent dome. In front of Hombre yard, in front of Hombre office, in front of garden house, you'd have never hear the balling stop. So, in theory, that sounds great. I just pass them on to somebody else. But in reality, it not gonna work. Because at the end of the day, those dopey bots would be our dopey bots. I'd be very surprised if America decides they're going to spend money for house. Right, Jamaican deportees. Very surprised. I know enough people that like to see that, but I think that's wishful thinking. It's very unlikely. But who knows? Maybe it happen. Right, we've seen stranger things happen, but I wouldn't put money upon it. So in theory, great. Send them go on to El Salvador. St. James don't want to see them. Clarendon don't want to see them. Manchester don't want to see them. Them mother and them Kerosene them and them friend them can take a trip and go to El Salvador go look for them. What they so. Right, so in theory it's great. But in practice it now got too much issues. Legal. Man I got to tell you about legal. Man I got to tell you about ethical. Man I got to tell you about moral. Man I got to tell you about spiritual. Man I got to tell you about manual. Man I got to tell you about automatic. Man I tell you about tiptronic. All kind of thing. All kind of thing. But it's just fascinating that El Salvador, the country that was looked on as a failed society when it comes down to crime, is now the poster boy to know where other countries are say, yo, guy, boss we know. And by the way, El Salvador built that prison in 1 year. El Salvador built a 40,000 inmate prison in 1 year. You know, long Ironman officials claim to build prison. Look like a 5-5 block them lay every day. Every day them lay 5 block and then garden yard. El Salvador built that in a 1 year. So, this is a case of looking over your neighbor's fence. And I say, boy, I should have me. That's what's happening. Jamaicans are looking over El Salvador's fence and saying, boy, how come we can do this and how come we can do that? But, while Iron Man might not be the poster boy like El Salvador, Iron Man is making progress. And I mean real progress, not opinion, I mean empirical data progress. Maybe one day we can become a case study. And in the end, that's always best because I am not a fan of other people fixing our problems. So even though I say, yeah, that might sound good, but I'm not a fan of other people fixing our problems. Because what happens when time that person decides them tired of you, or them now decides in return for this them want, it's what then. You have to fix their own problem. Jamaica have to figure it out on our own. That's how you develop, that's how you get stronger. Figure it out on your own. Anyway, Patreon Squad, big up on yourself. PIA, you don't know, more life. Walter Squad, stay circling. Bless.